What is going on, everyone? I am going to give this probably about like 3 minutes. So if you're just watching this in the future, recorded, skip ahead about 3 minutes unless you want to just chill with me while a few people get in here. If they're able to, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have a few things that I want to say and go over. Let me flip this. Can I? Nope. Nope. And I'll start it around then. I'm gonna put this in my holder for now. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna what exactly I'm gonna go over, but I'm gonna talk about a few things. A lot of what's going on right now. Wow, look at that sunset. Every day, same day, over and over, every day. That sunset, that illumination is beautiful. It's on fire. It's on fire every day. But then every day, these clouds. But you know what? That sun. Is the sun down there that far? The sky's still pretty blue up in the sky for the sun to be where it's showing on the horizon. That's interesting, actually. Hmm. Which, who knows how many luminaries are in the sky right now because it's been extremely cloudy recently. Just It's like a fog in the sky, just like that. If you see the apocalyptic movies, you got that gray cloud cover like a blanket. That's how it's been. I haven't been able to see anything in the sky except for when the sun just breaks through, which is pretty frequent because the sun is beaming. But besides that, because the high power of it destroying whatever is being covered, I can't determine what else is going on up there. I do know what's going on up there because it's occurring within me as well, but I can't correlate it to what other people may or may not be seeing. I can't see up there because of this blanket. All right, so let's just start talking. See, my we'll see if anyone shows up. I don't know if anyone's actually here. It's saying no one's watching, but that's all right. Oh, Fire Drake's here. It's about plasma right now. That's what's going on. The plasma's kicking up. It says I have 0 people watching. It's interesting. So, a couple of things that I wanted to go over though is the winter solstice on 12/21, polar reversals, karma, the spiritual awakening, and what is going on. What is going on? Because there's something going on. There's absolutely something going on. Anyone that says that this is all nonsense, they have no feeling, they have no pulse, they're actually dead. You're talking to a zombie at that point because they can't feel that there is something going on. It's that simple. You may not be able to put your finger on exactly what it is because it's not necessarily something that's physical, but there is something going on with energy and with everything, because it's not just consciousness, it's conscious and subconscious, everything. It's all orchestrating itself. The organs are clearing up to let out the resonant sounds, because in the end times the trumpets will blow. But what are trumpets but instruments? Air instruments. What is your mouth? What do you do when you get to a healthy point in your existence, in your being? You begin to speak. You can talk. You can say things in all different ways that you couldn't say before because your organs in your body are firing correctly. You can do things, and, it's not even just talking. This is using your air system in general to breathe, to those big church organs built into the building. That's an interesting concept. Oh, it's getting purple. And when we get to that state of health where we can start using our organs, our energy centers, because that's really what this all is. They're just areas for energy to come out in specific types of organizations, frequencies and vibrations to do something specific with. That's why we got all kinds of chakras going on here. It's not just our 7 chakras. We got all kinds of them. And it's not a body. I mean, they're not really organs like that. They're just points where energy comes through. X marks the spot. This is just where the gold is coming through in different ways, and it's all intertwining, interweaving to create what we're creating in front of us, because we're energetic beings. We don't have a body. How we allow ourselves to be imprisoned like we do. Why are we taught about our body at an age before we even know what we're sitting in, what we're standing in, what we're moving around in? Does it really matter about a hand when you can still lift it up and do something with it, and it does something? You can feel it. It has an energy to it. But does you saying that this is a hand, and then parents with their children, does that really assist them? You saying, "Oh, where's your hand at?" And then they raise their hand. What is that doing for anyone? But making it known that you have a hand, I have, like, we all have hand, but we don't really, because our hand has our own print on it. Like, it's not really a hand, because a hand is a category. It's just uh, a grouping that gets us stuck in the idea that of duality. Truly, it's divide and conquer. When we allow ourselves in this type of system to be compartmentalized like this, it puts us directly into survival mode. And this has to do with the video I just made, which I'm going to release later or tomorrow, about skin color and the melanated and black community, and how this is the skin. We don't have skin. We don't have skin. It's vibration and it's frequency. And it's simply uh, another fingerprint of ours. But we're taught that there's skin tones. Everyone has their own skin tone, though. No one has the same skin tone as anyone. It's just like your fingerprint. No one is the same as anyone, because you are all there is. We're all individuals out here. We're all on slightly different frequencies and vibrations, doing our own things and intertwining with each other, just getting close enough, but we can't really touch each other. We're operating in a way that we really don't exist in the same place and time, but we blur it so that we can have this experience in such a way to where it seems like we are. But we've blurred it so much that we're actually stuck in the experience the experience of being in existence in a material form, which when you start getting into materialism, you're getting into religions and groups and sects and cults, which there's nothing necessarily wrong with, but this isn't what people are looking for right now, because this cult, this group that is orchestrating all of this clearly does not have the group's best interests in mind. They're not doing this for everyone, they're doing this for themselves. They became succubuses, they became energy vampires off of everyone. So they're giving out ideas and signs like skin, like body parts, giving you body parts. They're dismembering you. Wow, you're alive. What do you think it means to be alive? They're mentally destroying and defacing what the actual bodily organism is in its truest essence, which is just energy and vibration. We don't have color in our skin. What we see is based on our own perceptual beliefs of how skin tone is supposed to work, based on what we were told in school and by science and by our parents, and all of these different ideas culminating that this group of people looks like this group of people looks like this, and because I come from this, and this is what I look like. Then you look in the mirror and you see it, and you look at other people, you see what they look like, but it's all tone. It's all just a tone. It's just vibration, it's frequency. It just is what it is, and it changes dependent on how you are. And that is what's occurring right now, is this vibration and frequency within all of us. It's getting attuned more to the natural essence of how things are, how we be, how we're here. We're starting to see that this illusion is this is really this is really deep. This is a really uh convoluted yet so simple illusion. It's so simple how it was orchestrated, yet it confuses everyone. Which you need the simplicity in it to confuse the masses. It's the only way you can do it. If it wasn't simple, it wouldn't be able to convolute the simple nature of the mind, because that's what it's really doing. It's taking the simple idea and just overlaying it on the mind, on how it actually exists, and it's fractionating it, and this fractals are just creating this webbing of material life, the matrix, measurements, sciences, matter, things that you need to do. And there's nothing that we need to do. There's nothing. There's nothing to get prepared for when it comes to 1221. If you're made for this, you're made for this. If you're not made for this, you're not made for this. It's that simple. How are you at this moment? This is what more people should be focused on. How do I feel? How is my health? Always. Not just now, always. This is a time to start, though. This is what this is all about. This is a time for people to start anew. There's nothing ending. The next day is going to come, because every day is the same. This is a slightly different attune vibration. Every day is the same. You only live one day. You only live one life. you're repeating the same thing every day unless you're changing that dial a little bit to see how your day changes. The same with yourself, your body. Internally, you do this. If you're doing the same ritual every day, working, taking in these substances, doing it in the same exact way for the most part, week after week, how is it making you feel? Because now's the time to change it. It's going to be a lot easier right now to change it than it ever has been. Because your body's already giving you what you need to change it. Your etherical body, your light body, your real body, your actual body. Because we're talking about actuality right now. This ain't reality. Reality is the game. Actuality is where we are. Is what we can hear, is what we can actually see. Not what our eyes are telling us. Because unless you can decipher these signs that are being taken in by your eyes, this matter will get you lost in it. Because none of it matters. It's all just a sign. And unless you can read the signs correctly, in attunement with yourself and how it relates so that you can actually see what's going on, don't even pay attention to it. Put more focus on yourself. How do you feel after you do something? That's actually what's going on. Because this is coming down to karma. This is going to come down to karma. And your karma is nothing more than what you put in is what you get out. If you put this in, your output is going to be this. It's that simple. That's all karma is. Now, I do think that there's going to be a karmatic shift occurring here, potentially, which is something interesting that I've been thinking about. A shift in the poles. And a shift in the poles to me is going to force a shift in karma. Because right now, you can see that karma's, it seems inverted almost. Or it seems like it got pushed in one direction by a group of people that decided to group themselves together. But just as trees grow individually, so do this group of people. It's just some individual decided to create this culture based on something that's diabolical, demoralizing, demonic. And karma got pushed in one direction. And karma's operating towards that direction right now. But potentially when this pole shifts, people are talking about the earth is going to completely change and resurface, and plant or land masses are going to come up from the water. Yeah, maybe. But maybe it's more of a uh, karmatic shift to where people who had built up a bunch of debt karmatically by taking advantage and succubusing off of others and making excuses and not being aware and taking responsibility for themselves at all levels. I don't care. Obviously, people that are entrapped through ignorance into the system, as opposed to who are in a controlling role in the system and choose to keep doing what they're doing, are going to have different levels of karmic debt. But both of them have to pay the price. Especially if you have the cognitive ability to know what you're doing probably isn't the best idea for you to be doing that, how you're doing that. And I don't mean the little things. I mean overall on a greater scale. What are you doing? What are you carrying out, and what is your purpose? People with a lot of karmic debt based on survival, material possessions, this pole shift is going to cross you over that balancing point. And when you cross that balancing point, your debt's going to get paid. It's all going to shift. Basically, I'm saying that billionaires are going to become homeless people. They are going to be homeless. Not houseless, they're going to be homeless. They're going to lose their intelligence. The energy is going to be sucked out of them. And the money's going to go with it. Because that's all money is energy. Because that karmic debt, you got to go to the bank. You got to pay that forward. You, this is why they tried telling you in Egypt even. I'm not even saying Egypt is what you should listen to, but keep your heart as light as a feather. Just stay balanced is what they're telling you. Stay balanced. Don't get too far this way. Don't get too far that way. Because if you can stay balanced, you can keep your karmic debt low and you can actually give out loans to people. Because that's what a lot of us have been doing. We've been giving out loans like no other of this conscious, energized information to share how we see, what we know, what we hear, where we are. So that you could get to a place to where you can do the same thing, so that you can shed your karmic debt. And these people that have been giving out loans, they're going to get repaid. They're going to get repaid. And this is going to happen very quickly because pole shifts, they don't take time. It's done. It's over with. People think that the Earth's going to turn into a vacuum and things are going to get sucked up and everything's going to get reorganized. Yes, but it's all energetically. It's not going to happen out here. It's not going to happen out here. It ain't going to happen where I am, at least. I'm too grounded for that to happen. I'm too aware for that to happen. But maybe it will. Maybe it will. It could be exciting, but I don't see that transpiring in that way. But I do see karmic debt being paid and karmic loans being paid out. This is why it's important to take responsibility of yourself, because you give yourself loans. If you ain't taking responsibility for what you're doing to yourself and figuring out how to work through it for yourself, you're harming yourself. Because that's what all this comes down to. How are you harming yourself, or how are you assisting yourself? You can't assist other people until you can assist yourself efficiently. And you assist yourself efficiently by taking responsibility for everything that's occurring to you and that has occurred to you through your whole entire existence. This has nothing to do with what is occurring here now even. This goes back. Because we came into here with karmic debt. We came into here in certain family situations and traumas and areas that we chose to, that we needed to take responsibility of for past lives or past transgressions, past instances of what we have done. We may not even know what that is. We may never know what that is. It's irrelevant. As long as you take responsibility for what you are doing right here, right now, and stop acting like the world's gonna end, stop acting like everything's gonna go to shit, because everything is shit. How people are living right now, who cares if the power goes out? Who cares if any of these catastrophes occur? I'm not saying that a bunch of souls need to die, but you have to realize that if this occurs, it's occurring to who it's occurring to for a specific reason. We can't get ourselves so linked into this emotional game that's being played. We have to see it for what it is. This emotion is what gets people trapped in this shit. We've been emotional for long enough. What up, Bobby, Jeremiah, Zigzag? Can I gleek? Sometimes. I can't do it. I've never tried to really. I have tried doing it. But I've never actually sat there and figured out how to do it. Basically, I do it by chance sometimes. That's a weird word, even. Gleek. I'm trying to think if there's what else I want to talk about in this video. My phone's gonna die soon here. Oh, let's talk about this great conjunction for a moment. So we got Jupiter and Saturn coming within 0.1 degree of each other. They're going to be basically on top of each other. But according to science and space, they're still millions of miles or whatever apart. Not the case. This is the subconscious and the consciousness aligning. The portal is opening in actuality, not a reflection, not the sun, not the earth. That's reality. This is actuality. This is on a level seemingly above, if we're looking at it from this point of view, but is really within. This is happening within us. Jupiter and Saturn, the two gas giants, are culminating and conjoining, colliding, so that karma can be set straight, so that balance can be reissued. Because it's all about balance when it comes to nature. And it's a sine wave. So things get off balance, it rebalances itself. And that's all that this is of what is being talked about. Uh, is there even anything in the sky occurring? I don't know. I can feel it inside of me. That's for sure. I'm sure a lot of you can feel it inside of you too. It really has nothing to do with what's going on in the sky, because we're in tune with it. In tune. It's in us. It's in our frequency coding this balance. And Saturn, Chronos, time, consciousness. Jupiter, huge, the biggest planet by far. Space, time and space. Subconscious, space is subconscious, time is consciousness. It's coming together. Because our truly, I've been saying this for a while on my channel, our subconscious is our conscious when we become fully aware, and vice versa. Because it's really one thing, it's our mind. It's just how we are allowing everything to flow through us, and then how we're putting it back out. We've been working in these two different waveforms for a while. Now it's going to come together so that we can actually see the balance of nature, so that we can hone in on that and be that for ourselves. And once we do that, then we can go out here and actually participate in reality in a healthy, fulfilling manner that is truly satisfying for our mind, body, and spirit, for all of us. And when I say all of us, I mean all of us and all of us. Because all of us is all of us. There is no separation. That is where we are. That is where I am. But I'm gonna see what you guys are saying here, and we're gonna end this live stream. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. I I wouldn't say I'm positive. I am definitely positive, but it a lot of the things come off as negative or negating, because I am Xing out anything that I see that is just causing people emotional trauma, and people get emotional because of that. I hear you, Zigzag, especially for me right now. It's hard for me to speak to people right now, especially if I know them to any degree, because I see everything right now that is just like, I just want to start like just tear people apart, because I know that it in some way is going to assist them, at least in their path forward, but they would be so emotionally distraught that I could potentially also traumatize them in their current form and inception. But it's hard for me as an individual to be around these type of individuals at this moment, because I am so focused truly for myself. And when I get focused for myself, I have to carry that with what I'm also doing outside of me. And that thought, those thoughts, they're just perceptions. Which one are we? What one are we focused on? Because that's our future. That thought we focused on, that's our future. Because we're telling ourselves, especially when we focus on it, that means we're also focused on it in the future, which is right here, and we pull it back to us. Or we can just write it in a book and put it in a piece of paper and set it on the shelf. We'll get the note. Post office. Thank you, Zigzag. All right, everyone. I'm gonna end this. Uh, anyone that's in here, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not, turn on notifications, and we will talk soon, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Absolutely, Zigzag. We will we'll get live here soon.